What's good, YouTube? This is Who's Like God, and I want to make a quick video about the ontology of Jesus, more of a discussion and a dialogue about these things. I'll be the first to say I'm not a religious authority. I'm just a young man who loves the Lord, and I deeply love studying things, not only the Bible, but also history of the people of God and many different things, and try to present these things in a way that can be a vessel for the church and reaching out to non-believers to show them the truth of Christ. I say that to say I'm not speaking as an authoritative, but as brothers and sisters in Christ, we'll love to dialogue about why I think Jesus spit to heal people, and also when he had this power that went out from him to heal the woman with the issue of blood. I was reading through the Gospel of Mark, and I've noticed these times in these healings where it seems strange that Jesus would actually spit on people and do those types of things as a means of healing them. Okay, Mark 5:27. She had heard the reports about Jesus and came up behind him in the crowd and touched his garment. For she said, if I touch even his garments, I will be made well. And immediately the flow of blood dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her disease. Verse 30. And Jesus, perceiving that in himself that power had gone out from him, immediately turned about in the crowd and said, who touched my garments? So after this healing, which Jesus didn't even actively deliberately do, just by the woman touching him, she was healed, because Jesus could sense that power had left from him, which means there was something innate in Jesus that the power left and healed a woman when he didn't even consciously, deliberately, actively was deliberating to heal her in the first place. But just by touching his garment, he felt the power leave him. Much like Jesus healing the deaf man in the Decapolis. Mark 7:33. And taking him aside from the crowd privately, he put his fingers into his ears, and after spitting, touched his tongue. Looking up to heaven, he sighed and said to him, Ephphatha, that is, be open. And in Mark 8, with the other individual who was blind that he was healing, it says, verse 23, that he spit on his eyes and laid his hands on him and asked him, do you see anything? And he could see vague shapes of people in the shape of trees. And then after that, he laid his hands on his eyes again, and then the man actually opened his eyes and he could see fully. The reason I think this is so beautiful is that Jesus has been vindicated as the Son of God, as God in the flesh, the visible presence of the Lord. So what these passages suggest to me is that Jesus' ontology of who he is, who he ontologically is, who he truly is the reason why when people would touch him, power would leave him and would heal them, while his own spit and his own fingers and hands would be vessels to restore people. It's good, bro. And everything like that, because of who he is, it's like a natural outpouring. Like in some cases, it was common in that culture, right? You touch certain things, you do certain things, you're unclean. And with Jesus, it was the opposite. He would make people clean. It's the opposite because of who he was, which is a testimony to him fulfilling the law as well.